a lighthearted, easy breezy show that gives you a little bit of update about your stimulus, or stimulus, if you're a cow, but I'm not a cow, even though Sirloin thinks I am. And then cuts to some home suggestions. And later in this video, I'm going to go over how guys can have wonderful, moist lips before they date with that special girl in their life. And you've been asking me about my lips, so I'll be answering your questions about my lips later in this video. But first, let's get to some delicious stimulus that is not lip service. It's actually real good news. Actually, it's great news. Whether it's second stimulus, third stimulus, Biden stimulus, or Cash Act Fix-It stimulus. So much exciting news across the board. But first, if you've not subscribed, please go to the front of the channel, subscribe, hit that alert button. Also, like this video. And if you have not become a member yet, and you're watching this video when it's debuting live, at the top of the pinned comments, I have pinned a comment that says join or member. You can click that and then become a member. And thank you to those who have become members, like Tia Adams. I do watch football, but I've missed nearly this entire season because of this channel. There's King Reno. He is a Purple Hawk. You can be a Purple Hawk, Purple Power member, or a Calcino VIP. Oh my goodness, Diane is there, and she's one. Laura's there, and Lori. And also, once you join, you can also be have special emojis. There were launched 4 emojis yesterday. There is a Calcino emoji, one for sirloin, one for moolah, and one for $12 ice cream, and also one for Hot Mess Express. So exciting, good news. I'm so glad you're here. And with that, let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as we sit here this afternoon is that the $600 stimulus check is becoming a reality for so many more viewers. And it will become a reality, potentially for you, in the next 3 days. Why do I know this? I'm going to have a lot of exclusives across today's recording, which is about 30 minutes, and there'll be another update at the 15-minute mark if you join me later. The first item of business of why we know stimulus are on their way now is that an online tool on the IRS website, not the tracking tool, but a thing called transcripts, going to irs.gov, signing in and looking for a transcript. Thank you, Balua Carter, for becoming a Purple Hawk. Says that viewers' checks or payments were issued on January 6th. Not a few viewers, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of viewers of this channel report that the IRS website transcripts shows their $600 stimulus check was sent out on January 6th, defying the representations of Steve Mnuchin was sent out in late December. So this is really great news because we went around wondering why had the number of checks sort of stopped in the last few days. It's because they went out on January 6th. So electronic receipt, paper check, or debit card could be arriving today, Monday, or Tuesday. Really exciting, great news. TurboTax and H&R Block has been fixed. They have now paid out to the viewers. That's also great news. And then for those that are waiting for the remainder of the member of the household, you're missing a household member, that'll be fixed by Janet Yellen when she comes in as Treasury Secretary in late January. So all really great news, finally with the $600. That's why the power of this community, I learned from you and you learned from me. We didn't know what was going on. Now we know. So that's great, great, great news. Next, let's turn to the $2,000 stimulus check or the $1,400. Some people say, is it $1,400 or is it $2,000? Well, it's $2,000 if you're adult dependent because you never got the second stimulus check of $600. Everyone else is $1,400. Children, $1,400. Single individuals, $1,400. It brings you to $2,000. $600 plus $1,400, $2,000. That's why I call it the $2,000 stimulus check. What is it? It's the Cash Act. What is it? Cash Act 2020? No, Cash Act 2021. When will it become law? I had been telling you over the last 2 days that it was slowly looking like it's not going to happen until about January 20th. Now we have more indications from Mitch McConnell that it won't be until January 19th at least. Why Mitch McConnell says that by all account, the Senate will not be in session for votes of anything other than up or down before Lorena. Thank you for becoming a Purple Hawk. Lorena Moreno. Thank you for becoming a Purple Hawk. Mitch McConnell says there won't be any votes on any bills until January 19th. Now, I've already told you there's other impeding elements causing you not to get this to a law, and that is one, the Georgia races will not be certified for a couple more days. Two, Nancy Pelosi's doing an impeachment hearing, which takes a lot of time. And three, we just don't know if there's enough time to get it done in just a few days. So what will happen is that this will become a law around the 20th. Don't worry. Don't worry. Is it still going to happen? Yes. Still going to happen? Yes. When am I going to get that check in my account? My donut's getting soggy. Donut guy, just sit there. You're going to get the $2,000 stimulus check. Don't worry. Us Purple Hawks have some other things to focus on. So let me go to the Purple Hawks stuff. Purple Hawks are people who are ready to pounce and get moolah, big moolah, not $200 stimulus checks or $15 or $120 stimulus checks or 34-cent stimulus checks. Purple Hawks want big moolah. And your big moolah will come perhaps as early as Monday. What's happening on Monday? Oh, lots of exclusives. Let me give you all the exclusives. Get that pen and paper. Get that piece of paper out. I don't have a prop in front of me. I usually, maybe up here I do. Get that pen and paper out, and you should be writing your notes. Second stimulus. You should be getting that piece of paper out and write second stimulus and get to say, who is that person? I just want to respond to something. Because I see this now and then, not to deal with haters. Randy Pierce, I don't see any people saying that, LLA. Well, why should you be listening to anyone else? You should only be listening to me, first of all. Second of all, most of the broadcast news reporters don't know anything they're talking about. They have no research. They basically come on screen having not researched anything. Third, who else are you listening to? You should only be listening to me. Fourth, I don't sit here and just read from scripts. I'm here to get you money. So for people that want to sit around and say, can you read me the source of that? Just go read it yourself if you want to do it yourself. I'm here to get people money. So let's get moving. Thank you, Elena Moreno, for upgrading to purple power. So let me get to the great things that are happening on Monday. And yeah, you're not going to hear this from anyone else. Mr. So-and-so, Mr. Donut Guy. You're only going to hear from me because this is why you turn to people who have inside sources. My inside sources say that PPP may go live on Monday, but I already know that PPP companies, fin banks, are taking applications now. Viewers have been reaching out to me. Can you explain more about PPP? Can you explain more about fin banks? Yes. So get that pen and paper out. This is your second stimulus item. So remember, first part of the page is second stimulus. Thank you, Ben Strugel, for Sturgel. Beautiful name, for becoming a Purple Hawk. Get the pen and paper and write down PPP. Who would want a PPP? Uber, Lyft, Airbnb, Grubhub, Postmates, anyone that has a Schedule C. Anyone that has 2019 Schedule C tax return income. If you never filed a tax return for the last 20 years, you're in trouble. Can I get some money from the federal government? I never filed tax returns. No, I mean, maybe in a third world country you can, but not in this country. So you have to actually file tax returns to get federal money. I love that when they ask that question. And so then if Schedule C, or you had a corporate tax return impacted by the pandemic. So who are the fin banks, and what is a fin bank? And what is PPP? PPP is the Paycheck Protection Program. It starts as a loan and then it's forgiven. It turns into a grant. Who are people that you should consider for fin banks, and what are fin banks? Fin banks are online banks that don't have offices at your street corner. They do not have what's called brick and mortar. Who are some of the fin banks? First of all, before I say these names, I'm not endorsing any of them. I'm not saying that they're excellent or good. You have to ultimately research the quality of each of the fin banks yourself. So I'm fully disclaiming that before I say them. Fin banks that did the first round of PPP, which I covered on this channel, were Fundera. That's Fundera. Funding Circle. Very nice people, actually. Funding Circle, like the circle. Lendio, Lendo, and Cabbage were among those that were widely reported as fin banks that did the first round of PPP. So my inside reports are saying that PPP may go live on Monday. These online fin banks are actually taking applications now, and you can reach out to them right now and get communication with them. TurboTax and H&R Block, that's solved. People have gotten the checks, or they're coming right now. So great news. The other great news is the EIDL will go live Monday or Tuesday. Thank you, Sephora, for the super chat. Thank you, Elizabeth Jacobs, for becoming a Purple Hawk. The EIDL is also for the same type of person that I just described to you before. EIDL does, you would have to, on your PPP application, state whether you have gotten an EIDL. So which EIDL is coming live on Monday, my insiders report? The one for grants for businesses in the low-income communities. Thank you, Anita, for the super chat. And EIDL for agricultural businesses. Now, here is the surprise. On Friday, the agricultural EIDL loan application went live, but not the EIDL low-income community loan. It did not go live. So I'm not quite sure when that low-income community loan is going to go live. But this is what I'm reporting, is that the grant is likely to go live on Monday for those first two. So if you apply for agricultural now, this weekend, because you're a rancher or farmer, you will get the grant shortly at the time they approve the loan. And you don't have to take the loan, by the way. I think that's sort of clear. You don't have to take the loan. You don't have to be proof of the loan. Thank you, Juanetta, for being for the super chat. That's the first thing. The second thing is for the low income community, same thing. When you apply for the loan, when it goes live on Monday, then you can get the grant as well. For everyone else, I'm hearing that the $1,000 stimulus, the $1,000 EIDL you never got from May, not the $10,000, that's Biden, that's at the end of the month, will be paid sometime next week. That's what my insiders are telling me. So really great, exciting news. How do I upgrade from Hawk, says Karen. When you click the link at the top of the screen where it says join, then it'll say, here's your membership level. And then it'll click a button where it says you can upgrade in your own membership level. Elizabeth, have they forgotten about hazard pay? I haven't heard about anything in a while. Oh, Elizabeth, thank you for the super chat. I talk about hazard pay 3 times a day. I talk about hazard pay. Thank you, Marie, for the super chat. I talk about hazard pay on third stimulus afternoons at about 4 o'clock, and I talk about it on Third Stimulus Live, which is about 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And yeah, I talk about it I talk about it twice a day. So, but I always love that comment. Someone said, I haven't heard for like 4 hours. It's gone. I haven't heard for 45 seconds. It's gone. Yeah, it just ran away. If LA doesn't mention it for 10 seconds, it's gone. That's how these things happen. SSI transcript didn't work at IRS. Don't worry. What I'm reporting is, if you're on SSI and SSDI, that's a great question. Thank you for the Purple Hawk. That was Angela Longo. If you're on SSI or SSDI and you got your first stimulus check, you should not be worried about the second stimulus check. Anyone who's on SSI or SSDI that has been on it since 2020 should never worry about a stimulus check, because they already know where you are. So it's going to come the same way you receive your electronic receipt of your SSI benefits every month. Now, if there's something unusual about your benefits, like it goes to a payee or something like that, or you're in a dependent SSI, then that's a whole other issue. All right, so what else could the Purple Hawks be ready for on Monday besides EIDL and PPP? We could see the free internet. It's sort of like, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego with our free internet and the free child care, which I always butcher is child support. I keep on saying this child support of the second stimulus check, this free child support. I mean free child care. There's a sort of little bit of difference there. That's the Freudian slip I keep on messing up. But that is what's happening in second stimulus. Then the FPUC is so delicious, and I'll have you a big update for FPUC in about 45 seconds. But now, as we come up on the 15-minute mark, I'm going to give you a rundown of where we are this afternoon. Thank you for joining me. This is Afternoons Lalate, and this is Home Lalate, giving you a short update about your second stimulus. And what's also really exciting, great news. Earlier today, I delivered Mornings Lalate. So if you missed that show, tune into that show. I went into incredible details about SNAP and all these things, and dependents and adult dependents. I went to all that on Mornings LA today. So if you missed that, and Anita, thank you for becoming a Purple Hawk. If you've not become a member, you can become a member by clicking the button at the top of the chat right now. That's, excuse me, not the button, the link, which are pinned comment that I put at the top of the chat, where I say join or member to become either a Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. With that, you can start posting those $12 ice cream emojis on the screen like I just saw someone do. They're absolutely delicious. Or Calcino or sirloin emojis. But the big exciting news across the board, and thank you, what was that? It was actually a really good question. Oh, goodness. Miss Jenny. A great question about the SSI. I'll go over that in a second. That's a great question. The big updates as you sit here this afternoon is the $600 stimulus check is a done deal in three regards. One, H&R Block and TurboTax is fixed. I don't know anything about Tax Slayer or those other organizations, but they're fixed. They're paying it. If you haven't got it, you're getting it in a day or two. Don't worry, that's done. That's a fixed thing. Second, Icanis Papas, thank you for becoming a Purple Hawk. That's the first thing. The second thing is the tracking tool, Pooh Bear. Hello, Pooh Bear. Pooh Bear is now Purple Hawk and a Pooh Bear. The great news is that viewers have now done enough transcript searches on irs.gov to reveal that there was a massive Pachenko for being a Purple Hawk. Thank you, Pachenko. Is that there's been a massive drop of stimulus checks around January 6th. Yes. So while we were waiting for stimulus checks last week and the week before, they were not sent out. This is not a cool thing. So Steve Mnuchin was not very accurate with us again. They were not sent out 2 weeks ago, Steve. They were sent out January 6th. So you're going to start to see electronic receipt, paper checks, and debit cards in a beautiful white envelope, like a virgin, Madonna Virgin white envelope. Coming in the mail. So they will be landing today, Monday, Tuesday. Really exciting, great news. That's the first thing. The second thing is the $2,000 stimulus check is going to happen. That's $1,400 for individuals, $2,000 for adult dependents. But it's not going to happen until around January 19th or 20th because they have not sworn in those senators from Georgia. There is no way to get it functionally done because Mitch McConnell is now saying that the Senate is now going to be up or down votes only, which is that stupid thing where I'm not even going to go in. You know what it is. So it's going to be delayed for about 10, 14 days. Nothing to worry about. Now is the 17-minute mark. Let me continue with what the Purple Hawks are about to go over on the second stimulus. I already told you that EIDL is coming live on Monday. Rumor. PPP coming live on Monday. Rumor. We're still searching like hawks for that free internet and that free child care. But the other things that are absolutely delicious in second stimulus is the FPUC. The FPUC, UI, and PUA has now been extended to March. I haven't said that a lot lately, so let me say it again. Your unemployment and your PUA and your FPUC are extended to March. So if your account says out of weeks or lost weeks or no more weeks, don't worry because you have been officially extended to March. Your state just hasn't updated your account, so don't worry about that. It takes a little bit of time for it to appear. States have been paying out FPUC across the board, so it's no reason for me to sort of rehash which states it is because the point is that, for example, in California, viewers have gotten FPUC, and then other viewers are still on lockdown. So it's sort of a mixture. Unless you're in Washington and New Mexico where they're saying, like, don't come talking to us for 2 more weeks because we're not paying anyone for 2 weeks. We're in the Bahamas. So unless you're in Washington, Mexico, or New Mexico, you're generally in a state in which they're paying someone. So don't worry about that. Terrell got direct deposit. There you go. Ionis is now a Purple Hawk. Yes, there we go. PUA in Ohio starts third week in January. Wow, there you go, so Storgy. So thank you for that update. All right, so what about rent under second stimulus? What about utilities under second stimulus? It's delayed. It's delayed. All this week, you heard me saying that maybe by the end of the week, maybe it would start appearing somewhere. It didn't appear. This is the money that the federal government gets the cities and states and counties to pay you rent. It's not appearing. So what I want you to do is use Purple, the powers of Purple, which I've been doing for now 4 weeks, going through state, city, and counties for CARES Act one, first stimulus package, rent, and then reaching out to the volunteers. They're in the pinned comment to this video, news.lalate.com/community. They will help you be with rent and utilities across the country. Also tune into Purple every day on Afternoons LA at about 4:15. I go over this more. So if you want rent or utilities, which I think you do, you definitely do, you want to reach out to the volunteers and follow and watch Purple on Afternoons LA. All right, now let's get to third stimulus. Now, someone asked me a question just a second ago and on a super chat. Is the $2,400 SSI taxable? Hard question. And ultimately, thank you, Charles, for being a Purple Hawk. Ultimately, your mindset is, do you want the money or not want the money? Of course you want the $2,400. Is it taxable? We don't know. First, stimulus is generally not taxable. Well, some stimulus checks are generally not taxable. Well, let me say it again. Stimulus checks are not taxable. FPUC is taxable. But if you put it on top of Social Security, so your Social Security every month is, $1,000, and suddenly you're going to get $1,200 because they're giving you an extra $200. Well, then that sounds like that's taxable. I don't know. But bottom line is, it's an event for 12 months. And you're going to get $2,400. Maybe other things go up, maybe other things go down, but don't worry about it because after 12 months, it's gone. It's only for 12 months. And if you don't want the $2,400, then raise your hand. I'll tell Joe, you don't want $2,400. Just give it to someone else. Social Security is taxable. No, Social Security is taxable. That is not correct tax information. Social Security is taxable. You need to pay taxes on Social Security. No, Golden Coast, that is incorrect tax information. Social Security is taxable. You need to pay taxes on Social Security. So there you go. Frankie just posted something on the screen. I don't want to repeat it because I don't know if it's accurate, and I'm not going to say it. So if someone saw what Frankie just posted, can someone else tell me if that's accurate? It's not Frankie out of New York. It's another Frankie, and it's not a Purple Hawk. No, Stoney, no, it's not accurate. So no, I'm not going to repeat it. So there you go. I want the $2,400. Says Christopher. Yeah, Christopher wants the $2,400. How do you do the Purple Hawk? So what else is coming under third stimulus? Third stimulus is really delicious. Third stimulus is, well, let me say this because this is turning into a tax channel, which I don't want this to be turning into. Social Security is taxable. But if that is your only income per year, then you're not at the tax limit. Let me say it that way. I think that we're making this confusing. So let's say you made $40,000 last year and you got Social Security. Well, Social Security is taxable. But if all you got last year was Social Security, then clearly you are under the limit of taxable income. I think that's the better way to say it, this way. God, I don't want this to turn into a tax channel. I would take anyone's $2,400 who doesn't want it, Nancy. Okay, so Nancy's first in line. Can we pencil in? She's first in line. Anyone who doesn't want the $2,400 of SSI and SSDI because maybe it's taxable, Nancy says she'll take it. So I appreciate that, Nancy, because that's what my thought was. Are we complaining we don't want the $2,400 because maybe it's taxable? I mean, just take the darn money, for God's sakes. Social Security is taxable, but you are not at the threshold where you have to declare taxes. Maybe you get $400 a year in Social Security. I don't know. I'm not doing taxes on this channel. Oh my goodness. Too much tax talk. Yes, it is too much tax talk. I'm moving on. The remainder of your EIDL $10,000 grant is also coming under Third stimulus. Third stimulus will also have the $24 of SSDI and SSDI, the multiple stimulus checks, the FPUC retro, another round of PPP, and more deliciousness. I'm going to be answering your questions not about taxes in about 3 minutes from now. So stay with me to the 27-minute mark, and I'll be answering your questions other than what's taxable. Um, move out of the way, as Sir Lawrence would say. But let's turn to some fun stuff. Let's turn to some fun stuff, not taxes. Marie D, thank you for becoming a Purple Hawk. How do people have delicious lips? If a guy's about to go on a date with his beautiful girlfriend, then the question is, what should he do to ensure his lips are kissable? And people are always asking me, how do you have kissable lips, Lalate? Yeah, they walk up to me in the street. How does Lalate always have kissable lips? So, and this has sort of been a topic of discussion in the Instagram before I go live. And I do it with chapstick, believe it or not. Now, there's a lot of different ways that lips react differently based upon the type of chapstick you use. I am not a sponsor of chapstick. If you do want to sponsor me for chapstick, you can reach out to me. Then here's an example of chapstick. There's chapstick that is of very different varieties. What chapstick is lately doing now is they're doing them by themes. On your right, well, I guess it's your right, my left, this is the tropical chapstick. And on this side is the s'mores chapstick. Yes, s'mores, like chocolate chapstick. So the tropical is Aloha Coconut, Key Lime, and Mango Surprise. So maybe you want to surprise someone with a kiss of a Mango Surprise. Ironically, when you're considering what is the best moisturizer reaction for your lips, sometimes things work, sometimes they don't work. For me on camera, I have been wearing the Aloha Coconut for the last 3 days, and then the Key Lime before that. Key Lime's awesome. Key Lime is very, very moisture. But the Aloha Coconut was not working. It was a little bit sharp, and it's wonderful, but it was a little bit like spicy tea on your lips. So it was not giving a moisturizing effect. When you put them on, they sometimes have a little bit of a pigment to them. So the key lime, while it's green, will create a white look on your lips, whereas the Aloha Coconut is yellow. It'll just sort of blend, at least with my skin color. Now over here is the s'mores collection, and the s'mores collection is actually quite unusual. The s'mores collection is milk chocolate, marshmallow, and graham cracker. Of the 6 of them that I described, I particularly like the marshmallow the best. The marshmallow is very moisturizing, and it also creates a wider sort of look on the lips. The milk chocolate, which I'm actually wearing right now, and it seems like they maybe improved it. Thank you, Chrissy, for the super chat. The milk chocolate, which I'm wearing right on camera right now, is sometimes so chocolatey that you feel like you're having dessert on your lips. Maybe overwhelming for some people. Maybe like $12 ice cream. You may want to move out of the way. The graham cracker is really surprising. I mean, imagine putting graham cracker on your lips. But these are more in the chocolate hue design, because it does have a slight chocolate hue to it, with the exception of the marshmallow, which is just amazing. Very, very white. Now I'm making you hungry. You do not eat lipstick. You do not eat chapstick. There we go. So whether you are a milk chocolate type person, or you are a Aloha Coconut person, it depends on how you want it to be working. But you'll see, like the pigment is on the darker side, and you want to make sure your lips are moist before you go out with that girl. I mean, no girl and girls and women, please too. No guy likes to kiss a girl whose lips sort of taste like $12 ice cream. I'm like, you're a Nancy Pelosi fan? I don't know if I like you now that I kissed you. So there you go. There you go. Remember, always kiss your elected leader right after they pass your stimulus. Now, as we come up with the thank you, mango key lime and coconut set on Amazon. Looking for them right now. They are very hard to find. Now that I told 1,400 people in the room about them, they're already sold out at Walmart. They're definitely going to be really sold out now. And they'll be like, "Why are we sold out?" Yeah, can I get a sponsorship? but I cannot find the tropical. It has been sold out, very long sold out. So there we are. Now at the 29-minute mark, you're up to date about your lips. Let me cut back to some stimulus. Sold out. Yeah, there they say. They say in the Instagram room, as they said, sold out. That's it. Sold out. That was your QVC today's special value. It is now sold out. Thank you for tuning into this infomercial, of which I made no money on. Thank you for tuning in for this special value. And coming up next is the Lori Grenier jewelry set. Love you, Lori. All right, so now let's cut to some stimulus updates. They'll be like, can you go on Shark Tank and do an infomercial? No, I'm not doing that. Mortgage help. Yes. So that's a great question, Catalina. Mortgage help. You want to reach out to the volunteers. They're good with that. news.lalate.com/community. They're in the pinned comment. Someone said, I'm having problems doing the transcript on IRS. Don't worry. If you can't get the transcript to work, don't worry. What I want you to understand is that we now see a lot of people getting the checks issued around January 6th. So don't worry about that. What is PPP and how do I get a grant? PPP, Stacy, is Paycheck Protection Program. It starts as a loan and then becomes forgivable. It works as a grant once it becomes forgivable. I will send you a DM. I found a lot more. Oh, I'm getting DMs about lips, about chapstick. Okay, I can't wait. I try to get the transcript as well. Don't worry if you can't get the transcript. I mean, now that we see enough people who have found that January 6th is the date, then we know it's happening. Thank you for the Purple Hawk. Marilyn Simpson, thank you so much for joining. Why is Indiana not paying you PUA yet? I don't know anything about PUA yet. A tropical coconut sounds yummy. It is yummy, but it's not as yummy as you would think. It's more on the citrusy side. How do you join? At the top of this chat, there's a button called, there's a link that I have there at the top of this chat. I pinned comment. What is the alert button? Oh, on the front of this channel at youtube.com/community, there's a bell. It looks like a bell. You hit it, and then you will get an alert every time a new video goes live. FPUC Retro for Kathy. That's under third stimulus. You don't rename my messages. That's crazy, says NB Alex. I just read that one. What requirements do you have to be PPP forgivable? You have to spend the money in the way in which it was given to you. So they're going to give you money and you have to spend it the same way and then submit the documentation to them to have it forgiven. California stimulus. Yes. Thank you, Carol, for becoming a Purple Hawk. California is sending out stimulus to people who made, I think it's like less than $30,000. It's $600. So that's really great news. It defies, I was wrong with that. I said California would never send out stimulus. It's broke. I guess we're not broke here. This governor is just, you can't keep anything consistent with him. What are we discussing here? We're discussing everything. People are sending me DMs of chapstick. I appreciate that. What did I miss? Everything. They're eating coconut chapstick in YouTube right now. California was never broke. I know, we were told they were broke. And yeah, what I missed? You missed lips. We were talking about lips for 35 minutes. What did I miss? Lips. $1,400 when, Mark Hall? Probably, it's going to become a law probably around the 20th. Texas needs state stimulus. It does need state stimulus. It also needs to get rid of Ted Cruz. Patrice with the lip kisses. He signs a bill. Dennis Locker, thank you for becoming a Purple Hawk. Someone just asked if, thank you, Cesar Alvarado. Wait, where was that? Oh, Cecilia Alvarado for becoming a Purple Hawk. How do you get California stimulus? You don't do it. I think it's automatic. California does have a grant, though. There is a business grant available in California if you're a business, up to $15,000. What do you do if you're behind with the rent? Reach out to the volunteers at news.la.com/community. Thank you, Carol, for upgrading to a Purple Power. Wow. Thank you, Carol. Upgrading to a Purple Power. Very, very kind. If you need to reach out to a volunteer, they're in the pinned comment to this video. I just got on. What do I miss? I'll have an update in about 2 seconds. Is it safe for Ohio? Yeah. Is there a root beer chapstick? I'd love to know root beer. SBA money is still sitting around? It is. It's still sitting around. I just became a Purple Hawk today. Congratulations. Thank you so much for becoming a Purple Hawk. Javita SBA is God. LA, do you track your stimulus check if I missed the comment, went too far? All right, so let me give you an update across the board. $2,200 prescription cards? No, that was a Trump promise. He didn't follow through on it as much as other things. Here we are at the 35-minute mark. Thank you for joining me on a big day. I'm here, you're here, and your lips are now aloha coconut. So I appreciate you for joining me on Home Elevate, our lighthearted, easy breezy day midday show that covers your stimulus and your s'mores tasting lips. I can't believe I'm doing this. You're going to be doing s'mores lips in 2021. Did you know that? I did not know s'mores lips was in my future. So Aloha coconuts and s'mores lips. It's getting, yeah, I think I see a lot of activity ever since I went to lips on this channel. I don't know. I think lips just hit it out of the ballpark. Now there's 1,500 people in the room. It's just kicking it out of nowhere. There goes another super chat. Thank you, Sadie. See, I told you the lips is just killing it. The lips and Aloha coconut. That was it. Who cares about TurboTax and H&R Block? I don't want to hear about H&R Block when we were talking about lips. There we go. The big update across the board. Thank you, Peggy, for becoming a Purple Hawk. Is that your $600 stimulus check is absolutely coming? Now we know because the $600 stimulus check has been fixed by TurboTax and H&R Block. And we now have enough people that have seen on the transcript function of IRS that it was sent out around January 6th. So while we thought your stimulus check was sent out 2 weeks ago, and we were just like, where in the world is my stimulus check? It was not. It was sent out on January 6th. And so the great news is that you're going to get your stimulus check per day today, Monday, or Tuesday. That's the incredible great news. You can upgrade from Purple Hawk to a Purple Power. If you're just joining me midday, also subscribe, like this video, and also to consider becoming a member. The member link is at the top of the video in a pinned comment. The great news as we sit here today is that the $2,000 stimulus check is still going to happen, but not before January 19th. There's about 5 reasons why. And they're all procedural, but it's going to be delayed. Meantime, my Purple Hawks are ready to go Hawk mode on Monday, as rumors are being delivered exclusively on this channel that PPP will go live on Monday. EIDL will go more live than it is right now. Thank you, Kenji, for becoming a Purple Hawk. And more people will be able to pounce as a Purple Hawk on Monday. Meantime, I delivered some updates about some fin banks. Thank you, Franny Breitzer, for the massive stimulus, massive power. What do you call it? Super chat just then. Thank you, very, very kind. The great news is that if you want a PPP, Paycheck Protection Program application on file, reach out to some of the fin banks, the online financial banks. Some of them that did the first round. I'm not endorsing anyone. I'm not saying anyone is good or bad. You have to make your own determination. Are Fundera, Fundera, Funding Circle, Blue Vine, Lendio, and Cabbage. And Cross River is another one as well. And with that, thank you for joining me on a midday easy breezy show. I appreciate all the new Hawks that became in that joined as Hawks. You can still become a Hawk even after this recording is over. It's in the pinned comment to this video. And also, I'll see you at 3:30 when I come back with Afternoons LA. Afternoons check, then followed by third stimulus, then followed by purple. That's your state stimulus, your free rent, your free utilities. And then I'll be back live with Being a Mitch. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and save LA for more. Oh, and thank you for Miss Jenny for the super chat there.